And welcome back. With me now is Rich Moen with ReMax Solutions. Welcome, Rich. Now you've got a slogan, real estate outside the box. What do you mean by that exactly?
Great question. Most agents work pretty much the same. They use the same forms, and I do as well. However, there are some things that can be done that are just a little bit different, that are innovative, that can really be an advantage for either a buyer or seller, depending on who I'm working for.
Well, I'm interested to hear some of these. What are some of the ideas for buyers?
Well, the basics for buyers are still the same. They need to have a good pre-approval from a financing lender, ready to go for an offer. But once they've looked at a few homes, if they narrow it down to 2 or 3 that they really like, now they got to decide who they're going to write on. Well, what about writing on 2 homes? That way the seller knows that they're competing for that buyer's dollar. And so that's one of the things we do. Has to be done properly, but one of the options out there. The other, another thing to keep in mind is that right now buyers have the availability to actually purchase homes with 0 down payment. The slides show that there are areas that don't qualify. It's called the Guaranteed Rural Housing Program, and metropolitan areas it doesn't work. So it doesn't work right in Madison, it doesn't work right in Milwaukee, and a number of areas, but anywhere in between it pretty much works all over.
Are there some restrictions that buyers should be aware of on that?
Yes, in both cases. With the rural housing loans, there are income restrictions and so on, but they are pretty forgiving on that, especially with a family with young children. And as far as I mentioned, writing 2 offers, there's definitely language we need to put into that offer to protect the buyer so they're not forced to buy 2 homes, because that could be financial suicide.
Now, we can't leave sellers out of this. What are some out-of-the-box ideas for them?
Well, Stacy, with sellers, a lot of the similar ideas, and without getting into particulars, but things like knowing how many photographs to post. Sellers forget that selling a home, or for a buyer buying a home, is actually a process of elimination. And many agents will put 25, 35 photos out there. They think the more photos, the better. Statistically, that is not true. So knowing what to do there. The other thing I was going to mention is I talked about the 2 offers. Recently I had a seller who was the recipient of one of my dual offers, and he was listed with a different company. Well, the buyer chose the other home, but when his home came up for relisting, he chose not to stay with the office he was. He called me because he wanted someone who thought outside the box to take care of his listing. Fortunately, we were able to get it done fairly quickly.
And that's excellent. That says it all right there. Well, thanks so much for stopping by today, Rich. It was wonderful to meet you.
Okay, thank you.
And stay tuned.